Hi everybody, it's me, Crystalline, your proactive, conscious aging life coach. How are you guys doing today? I am joyful in the Lord and in the power of His might. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a juice video for you. We're going to be juicing for health, and back by popular demand is my husband Jim. So if you guys are new to my channel, please like this video with a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can get my videos just as soon as I upload them. And to all my continuing subscribers, thanks so much for your support. Let's get right into this video. Here's Jim, everybody.
Hello. Do you want me to just jump right in?
Jump right in.
Okay, first of all, I want to introduce you to my slow masticating juicer. The brand is called Sana, not sauna, but Sana, S-A-N-A. She's going to include details that give you further information. And actually, there's a gentleman that owns his own juicing distributor company that I found on YouTube. He's been in business for about 25, 30 years. Very dependable. That's why I bought this through. And I've had it for about a year, and I really, really like this machine. It is so much more stable and so much more easier to use because it just keeps working, as opposed to the old school ones that spin like a washing machine.
Yeah, like the old school one like I have is really noisy.
Yeah, very noisy. This is actually very quiet, and it does a good job at extracting the juices. So what I wanted to do was quickly show you the basic parts, and you can take it all apart. And you can put each part, you can just rinse it off and put it in the dishwasher if you want. This is technically not metal, but I would swear it's stainless steel.
Go up close and show them, Jim.
It's the auger. It's the part that drives, that takes the raw pieces of juice and rams them into smaller and smaller diameters until it squeezes out the juice. This is not metal. The shaft is, but this is not metal, but I swear it's stainless steel. I don't know what it is, but it's a miracle material. So that just goes in there.
And we are going to have all the information linked in the description box after the video.
Right, I will direct you to the gentleman I talked about. So this is the screen. It's a two-part screen. I don't think everyone wants to get into all those little details. This is the
hold it up higher.
This is the cutter piece. Let me see if I can make sure I got this in the right order. Okay. So this is the actual part that does the cutting at the very, very end. And you put on the end cap, and this takes all the force of everything getting rammed by the auger. So you take that, goes right in here, nice and easy, fits into a, kind of a screw hole, like that.
Now that's a nice looking juicer.
Now you're ready to go. And the thing I forgot to point out was, and this is how easy it comes off. You push in, a release button comes off, and it's got a stopper to it. So when the nice thing is this, and I'll show you when I do this, is say you're in the middle of juicing, but your receptacle that you're juicing down into is getting kind of full, and you need to move it over to a larger vessel. You simply cork it up. You don't have to turn the machine off, wait for it to stop dripping and all that, whole 9 yards. You just cork it up, empty out your retaining vessel. You're good to go. Just make sure you open it back up when you start back up in business.
And Jim is doing a good job talking about this juicer. They ought to be paying us, don't you think? Amen.
And this is the fancy looking remnants catcher, let's put it that way. That just goes underneath, because everything's going to come out here. It goes in here, gets rammed through, filtered, juice comes out here, and the waste products come out here, and it's all very simple. I use, what is this? That's why I always keep my glasses handy. This is a 16-ounce Pyrex cup that fits very nicely right there. It comes with this, but it's so fragile, I just am fearful to use it.
We also have this larger one too, and this one is 4 cups.
Yeah, that's what all goes into.
Yeah.
So I'll start juicing, and I'm going to show you some of that for a while. I've already pre-cut all this. It's a very simple juicing recipe. It's spinach, celery, cucumber, and apple. Okay.
A little bit of spinach, because I like that little dirty taste, and the apples kind of, you know, keep that from happening too much. It's kind of dirty but sweet at the same time. But let me tell you something though. What I'm planning to do, this is a green juice recipe. What I plan to do with this is to have about 2 juices a day, and then my green salad, and hopefully have enough for about 4 days. It's Tuesday right now, so hopefully this will last, giving me 2 bottles of juice until Friday. Are you gonna have some?
Well, I still have some of my recipe is different from hers. I use Joe Cross's Mean Green recipe, but I add a few things. I add beets. I add some other stuff I forget off the top of my head. But I
green apples.
Well, yeah, you can Google it. Just Google Joe Cross, CROSS, Mean Green recipe. And you'll see, and that you can add and subtract what you want. It's just personal choice. And, you know, you trial and error, you make a batch. And when I make a batch of his, I get about 4 16-ounce glasses. So I have about a good size, healthy amount of juice per each day. Just here, let me see it. So I fill up about 4 of these with the bad stuff that I made. But we're not doing mine right now. We're doing this one.
So this was my green juice recipe, and I call it not mean green but lean green. It's just a little bit different. And one thing about my juice is I don't mind adding water to it, so I could add some distilled or purified water. So if there's not exactly enough juice, I can add some water to it, and if I wanted to extend for a couple of days, then I have that extension with the water.
Okay, let's move forward here.
All righty.
So I'm ready when you are. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so this has 4 settings. It's got reverse, it's got stop, of course, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 being the slowest speed. One of the key features is that it has a DC brushless motor, and what that means in layman's terms, it is very smooth. They can monitor the amount of the electrical juice that it's drawing, and not juice, but electrical current that it's drawing. And it will go into auto reverse mode if it's trying too hard. If it senses that it's pushing that motor too hard, it'll go backwards temporarily and then automatically start going forward again. That happened to me once, and I don't know about you, but I have a tendency to buy ginger and not use it right away. And I was trying to use ginger. That was too old, it was too dry, and I put it in here and I was like trying to juice a piece of wood. Let's just put it.
Right, and you just reminded me, we almost forgot the ginger. And I like to use a lot of ginger, so thank you for that. And one other thing about the juicing, I just wanted to get into why we like to juice. You know, we do eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. We're eating fruits and vegetables every day. The juicing, for me, is just kind of a, I don't even want to call it a cleanse, because doctors say that our body cleanses and detoxes itself on its own. But sometimes when I just don't want to eat that much, I like to have a couple of juices, you know, during the day, and then have my regular meal at night. So that's why I'm doing this. Also, it just gives me a chance to get the vitamins without necessarily having to take all the fiber, which is blowing my stomach up, okay? So that's why I like to juice sometimes.
I eat a lot of restaurant food just because I do, and for me this is a way of just a great way of adding a lot of fresh, green, raw nutrients to my body that you'd have to eat 5 salads a day to keep up with this.
Right. Well, I eat a lot of salads though. I eat a lot of salads. I eat a salad like at least every day, you know. But for Jim, he likes to have a salad, you know, sometimes, not all the time. So this is good for him too.
All right, so let's get started.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Put it on 1, and the let's just listen to it.
I don't want the leaves on mine. I don't like the leaves on mine because the leaves tend to be kind of bitter, you know.
Well, I like my juices a little bit more bitter, mellowed out with sweet stuff. But anyhow, that's personal preference.
Right.
So, it's pretty simple. You just start dropping stuff in. If you can see here, some of the stuff it's rounded. It doesn't want to get pulled into the auger. There it goes. Finally got a good hold of it. Now And you're going to see this milky yellow juice come out the bottom. Now, let's put in some celery and get this kick started here.
You see how quiet it is? You can barely hear it. It's very quiet.
The funny thing is that when it does do the celery, it actually sounds like somebody, a human being, eating celery. So we'll just keep going for a while. So you can just keep mixing it up. You got the apples, everything's all pre-cut. And what I found with experience is it likes flat sides because the auger can get its teeth into it and get it going. And as you see over here, it's putting out the dry. I guess
a little up closer.
I guess you'd call that pulp.
Yeah.
And it's not 100% dry, but no juicer's perfect. There's no juicer in the world that's gonna make what's coming out bone dry and you get every last drop of juice. That doesn't happen, so don't worry about it.
You know, sometimes I like to add that into my juice too, just to have like a little texture in my juice.
Okay. So a lot of this is actually going to go fairly quickly here. Cucumber doesn't put up a fight at all. That's that just gets squished.
Yeah.
Real easy. And one key is, I don't know if it's a key, but it's more of a tip, and that is alternate hard and soft vegetables because it helps work the softer stuff through the augering process. So you just keep dumping.
Now that's a little different. With my juicer, you can just put everything in there. And I usually put everything, you know, like I do my cucumbers first, then my celery, then my apples, then my spinach. But with this, like Jim said, each one is kind of helping the other go through the auger, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I put in some hard celery to help the, it just helps. You can see how there's a little bit of cucumber that's being a bit stubborn trying to get through there.
And I'm sorry about this glare. It's a really sunny day today here in Michigan, and it's coming through the window a little bit. I'm trying to cover it up, but I hope you can see.
So this will take, I'm going to take an estimated guess that this is going to take me about 15 minutes to get this near the, near 10, at least 12. So I don't know what Crystalline's intent is, but...
Well, I just wanted to show this nice juicer and how it's a lot different, a lot better than the one that I have right now. And, you know, showing people a different way to juice. What did you call this? Masticating.
It's a slow masticating juicer as opposed to a centrifugal ones that spin at really high speeds, and like I said, it acts like the rinse cycle on your washing machine. It's got that drum that turns really, really fast.
Right.
It tries to sling the water out of your clothes. Well, that's
the kind I have.
That's the kind I had too.
I don't know. Let me get mine. I'm going to show mine.
And I'm just going to keep doing this while she digs up her machine. But as you can see, it's a pretty rapid process.
This is mine, just a regular Hamilton Beach, and it still works and everything, but Jim wanted one that was a little bit more efficient, so he got that Masticating Juicer.
Well, I had my own old school brand. It's a well-known brand called Omega. But that thing, man, once that drum got off balance, holy smokes, that thing will start dancing across your countertop. So what I'm going to do is demonstrate here what I was talking about before, is that I'm in the middle of juicing, so I close up the stopper, that easy, with a quarter turn. Try not to get a lot of oxygen, not a lot of bubbles. So just pour it smoothly into more of a master container. And the reason I'm doing that is because this is too big to be, I don't need that.
I wanted to show them what it looks like. And look at this. Doesn't that look yummy already? It's beautiful.
So then don't forget, open the stopper back up. I've done that a couple times, and it gives you a little backup with juice that you don't really need. So I don't know how much more of this you'd like to show on camera. We can just let me see over here. Here's some spinach.
Yeah.
Spinach is tricky. You got to get in there and get out the. You got to go fish around, find out the leaves that don't look so good. Keep in mind, unlike with animal products, even if vegetables are a little bit bad, or they're bad and you get some in there, that type of bacteria is not going to get you sick like bacteria in meat or dairy products that have gone bad, so you don't have to worry about that. So this is a little bit more tricky, kind of get it into a clump. And guide it down in there a little bit. In fact, I like to do the, and you can hear it, just really chewing on these green leafy vegetables.
That's probably why they call it masticating, because it's chewy.
And that's exactly why they call it masticating, because it does basically chew it.
Mm-hmm. So let me show you something though. I'm going to add this to the juice, and this is certified organic spirulina powder. I always add spirulina, and sometimes I add the chlorella too. So let me just tell you a little bit about the spirulina. It's known as a superfood. It has vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K, B vitamins, potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, calcium. It's an antioxidant and it's anti-inflammatory, and it's associated with regulating your blood sugar. This is known as a superfood. It also has been known for lowering the risk of some types of cancer. So this is great. I love this. Spirulina is also a great source of protein for us plant-based eaters. And let me tell you how it compares. It has 62 grams of protein per 100 gram serving, as compared to cooked red meat that has only 18 to 40 grams per 100 gram serving. So I love spirulina. This one is by Now, and I did get it off of Amazon.com, but you can usually get spirulina at any of your kind of Whole Food store, something like that, or your basic nutrition store. What is the word I'm thinking of? Health food store, okay? Yeah, you can get it from there. And so I like to add this to my juice too. So yeah, we just wanted to show you how this masticating juicer works and get this started. And if you have any questions about it, be sure to put the questions down in the comment section so that we'll be able to answer them. And after the juice is ready, we're going to come back and show it to you.
Okay, we've reached the final product. It's a rather pleasant looking light green. Looks like the color of a green apple, even though we did not use green apples. It has a sweetness to it because of the apples that we did use. It's got a little bit of a bitterness thanks to the celery, and the cucumber has a very, cucumbers. They're very mild, very pleasant. So this is the pulp that's left over.
Put it right up there.
And yeah,
it's quite a bit.
It's quite a bit, but it's not that much. So most of it went into the juice, and what you're going to see is if you leave these bottles in your refrigerator for a day or two, you'll get about close to 3/4 of an inch of sediment. And some people go, oh, if you drink the juice, you don't get the fiber. That's not true. A lot of fiber does come through. And yeah, granted, there's fiber in here too, but there's also a lot of what fruits are made of is celluloid, which is not fiber. It's the structural. It's like the 2x4s in a house. It's like just the structure of it.
We can tell you're an engineer.
Well, that's how somebody explained it to me.
Right.
And I can go in and out. But here's the used receptacle cup. And then I'll just do this in reverse, what I started with. Make sure this is closed, because you don't want it dripping as you're moving it around. Like I just did. I'm
just going to show you quick. We had so much juice that we had to mix it up in this big pitcher.
And she's already taken out 2 16-ounce bottles on top of that. So quite a bit of juice came out. So this comes out. You unscrew this and you just do the reverse process. Here's the... Take out the filter. Gets a little jammed up when you take this out. Clean it immediately. because it's so easy to clean when it's fresh like this, and when you let it dry on, then you gotta soak it and all that. And so I clean that all up. It comes with this oversized toothbrush that's extremely, well, I wouldn't brush my teeth with it because it would tear your gums up because it's hard. It's very abrasive, but not bad abrasive. And you can get in there and clean these parts real nice with Dawn dishwashing liquid. And then I just set it out on the counter on one of these drying mats. This is my favorite one because it's cool looking. And it's nice and thick. And you just let stuff dry out. And in a few hours, you click it all back together and you're ready for the next time.
And so I'm going to add the spirulina to it. And we have a wonderful antioxidant, anti-inflammatory superfood juice. This is my lean green juice, and thank you, Jim, for putting it through your masticating juicer.
Slow masticating juicer.
Slow masticating juicer. So we're going to put all the information in the description box. If you have any questions, especially for Jim, because this is his baby, if you have any questions, put them in the comments, and we are happy to answer them.
I have one last comment to make. Not only did I not buy this from Amazon, and I use Amazon all the time, ask her, is that the manufacturer was offering $100 off at this right up front. It was not a mail-in rebate or anything like that. It was just a temporary price reduction. So instead of $700, which is a lot, it was $600. Well, if I went over to Amazon, it was $700. They didn't offer the manufacturer a discount. They pocketed that money. And on top of that, supporting this gentleman at discountjuicers.com, when you see his videos, he does such a wonderful job on comparing like this to a competitor. And then he's got another video comparing that one to this one to that one. And the thing is, he represents them all. So he really doesn't have particularly a vested interest in one over the other. So you get the straight scoop. And if you thought I was scientific at certain times, this guy really gets into it. You know,
it's worth it. In other words,
yeah,
it's worth it.
Yeah, this is a real joy.
We got our great juice. We're gonna drink this up. Let me have some right now, as a matter of fact. It's good. You want some juice? I mean, Jim. I say you want some juice. Do you want some juice, Jim?
And all this stuff you could just throw right out in your compost pile because it's already ground up.
It's ready for compost.
You don't need to, there's nothing left to do. Just throw it out there and nature takes care of it in about a week. You wouldn't know it's not dirt.
You like it?
Wow, it's got a kick of ginger to it.
You put a lot of ginger.
It's got a real kick of ginger to it. But I'm used to having kale in mine. If you look at the Mean Green, Joe Cross Mean Green recipe, it has kale and it also adds lemon, but I finally backed off and I just don't put lemon in it anymore. That's just, there was just something about it I personally didn't like. But you can take these recipes as starting points, morph them in any which way you want with your different, just use common sense. If you like a certain vegetable, try juicing it. If you don't like a certain vegetable, you may not want to juice it.
Right.
But you'd be surprised because when you juice carrots, carrots come out as sweet and frothy as like a milkshake. That's the one thing that the first time I had carrot juice, real fresh carrot juice, I thought, wow,
very sweet
milkshake. Yeah,
very sweet. But the ginger in here, it is really spicy and it gives you that kick, but it's also good for your immune system. Ginger is always good for your immune system. So we have a lot in here. It tastes great. And so thank you for watching. We hope you like this juice video. I'm gonna tell you one more time, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can get my videos just as soon as they become available. Don't forget to subscribe and like the videos. You got something else to say, Jim? Thank you, Jim, for being on the camera today.
She'll add links to everything. There's a couple links that we're gonna direct you to if you, you'll see. There'll be these really wonderful comparison videos, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This guy is really into understanding and comparing juicers in a truthful way.
All righty then. So we're gonna go now. God bless you, and we will see you next time. Mwah.